This 1976 31-foot Airstream has a GoPower solar system that's been running for the past 5 years, powering the lives of our family. I'm Sia.
And I'm Kristen.
We're from Brampton, Ontario, and we renovated a vintage Airstream to be a tiny house on wheels.
Okay, I'll do it. Me too. This is part one of a 4-part series here on this channel where we are sharing the epic journey of our Airstream, Luna, from Canada to Costa Rica. 5 years ago, we bought Luna. The goal was to design this to be a solar-powered smart home, blending a vintage look with modern technology.
As online influencers, we have a lot of gear to charge. And as parents, we need to have access to electricity so we can cook and keep the lights on to play with our young daughter. So we needed this Airstream to be off-grid, so we installed a GoPower solar system to generate electricity on the road. Luna has 500 watts of flex solar panels that contour to the roof, which have battled tornadoes, hail, snow, desert sun, tropical rains, and they're still working. We have all the panels mounted, 5 100-watt panels totaling 500 watts.
Getting a solar system was the best decision we made during our renovations. And after 100,000 kilometers of road trips around Canada and the US, it was time to take Luna off the road. But we wanted to continue to live in her. So we bought land in Costa Rica, in the jungle, in an eco community, and then we shipped the Airstream to Costa Rica, and we're currently building a house for her to live in. It's so crazy sometimes when I say it out loud.
Yeah. Since the community in Costa Rica has a built-in farm for food and natural springs for water, we wanted our electricity to be self-sufficient too. So we're going to be adding an even bigger solar system to our Airstream structure with brand new products from GoPower. Now, let's see how this 5-year-old solar system is running today and hear how the solar saved our Airstream here in the jungle. Now, the Airstream has been here in this spot, parked in the jungle, for months. There's a bit of construction going on around the area, so let's go inside so I can tell you a story. Look at where we're parked right now. Like, we are in the jungle. This whole thing started 5 years ago when we were designing this Airstream. We knew it was important to us to have a solar system in here so that we could be off-grid if we wanted to. Over here is our charge controller, and batteries are at 100%. Love that. And then here, that turns on our inverter. Over here, we have 4 deep cycle AGM batteries. And then over here, under this bench, is a 3,000 watt inverter. And then this is a transfer switch that switches from shore power to battery power. With this setup, we've been able to live off-grid in California, in the desert, in Northern Ontario, in a forest, here in Costa Rica as well. Let me explain how this entire setup saved our Airstream. If you look here, this is our humidity gauge. Now the humidity right now is pretty dry. It's like 45, but it was at about 90 in here during rainy season. All of this is 100-year-old barnwood, and if it was really moist in here, all this would have rot away. With our solar setup, we're able to generate our own power off-grid. Then we could plug in a dehumidifier to start sucking out the moisture from the air in the Airstream. In 1 week, the humidity went from 80 to 60. That's a huge drop. At 80, you know, everything feels a little wet in here, feels damp, almost like after a rain. At 60, it feels comfortable. So our plan right now is to build a structure for the Airstream to live in. And GoPower is going to set up an incredible solar system to go in this structure.
Construction has already begun to build this structure, and in a few weeks we'll be able to move the Airstream inside. The next step is going to be installing the solar system so we can power the Airstream house off the sun. Check out part 2 of the series where construction of the solar system officially begins.